Chapel and Ortegas are walking through the biosphere when they spot T'Pring, who looks pissed. And then Christine tells Ortegas that she had given Spock relationship advice, to which Ortegas is like, you never give a Vulcan relationship advice. You'll get hit with a Lirpa. I've got scars to prove it. Which, again, so much of this episode was so funny. I loved it, This is where I believe Spock tells Chapel what's going on here, that he is T'Pring at this point. And then Chapel thinks that, well, maybe you should go ahead and help T'Pring out, but Spock sees this as coming dangerously close to hijinks. Oh. And we cut back to Una and La'an, and they admit they weren't feeling the allure, but Una insists on finishing the list. La'an thinks the Enterprise bingo was a way just to blow off steam. The negotiations with the Rongovians do not seem to be going well, as T'Pring, as Spock points out the Klingon history of cultural domination, to which the Rongovian captain says that, well, telling me why they're bad isn't the same as telling me why you're good. T'Pring's points aren't landing with him, and now she starts to say, like, hey, you know what, I wish I spent more time amongst my people, and now Pike is like, okay,
Let me jump in here for a minute. What I think he's trying to say is,
yeah, so he kind of comes in to just say how good Spock is about everything. And actually, this seems to have a positive effect on the Rongovians. But before we even get that, Pike whispers down into T'Pring Spock's ear and says, hey, it was wrong of me to put you in this situation. Let's get you out of here. But the Rongovians are like, hey, you know what? We'll do a rebuttal later, and we'll all sit down and be like cool and stuff, So April kind of checks with Pike, or looks at Pike, and he's just like, what's going on? Pike's like, what do you want? While the crew are enjoying themselves on leave, Spock, as T'Pring, brings Chapel along to meet with Barjan, a Vulcan with a very smug and punchable face who is seated at a three-dimensional chess table. Barjan asks why the okay, so I'm going to screw this up, but El-Kesh Tinktil employs humans in the service of logic. Barjan is not just smug and punchable, he's also racist. He continues to offend both Spock and Chapel in talking down about human beings, and actually talking down about the son of Sarek and half human beings. Eventually, Spock, as T'Pring, punches him out, proving that he had a punchable face. And Spock says that, hey, maybe we should just leave this little detail out of the report on how we captured him.